Competition day, the 5409 Chargers are up against more than 30 other teams in the field. 3 form an alliance on the red side and 3 on the blue in each match. It's what First Robotics calls cooperation. Each alliance is trying to score as many points as possible in just over 2 minutes. Getting here took a lot of work. There's the obvious effort that came in the form of building and programming the robot, but there's also support from teachers and mentors.
It's one thing to see it in a textbook. It's another thing to get hands-on learning with industry experts. They're in a smaller groups, so the learning is more rich from industry mentors who are extremely passionate about the work that they do and passing on their knowledge and experience onto the future generations.
It can be concerning at first to see like, oh, I didn't even expect it to move that much, but then you look and you're really talking of fractions of a thousandth of an inch. So it's important to have context when you're looking at statistics and numbers, right?
Craig Chambers is one of the team's mentors, and he brings a unique perspective. As a member of the original high school robotics team in Halton in the early 2000s, he remembers that funding and mentorship were scarce. Now there are a handful of teams across the region, and Chambers is fulfilling one of those mentoring roles, sharing his experience and knowledge from that period and from his career as the manager of system installations for IMAX movie theaters. He's helping students connect the dots between their individual tasks and the ultimate team goal.
Helping the students understand the connection between what they're doing on their computer, what they're doing in theory, and helping them understand that we got to build it and it has to work. And it's part of a system that the whole of the system is greater than the sum of the parts.
While the conversations are mostly focused on building the robot, there is time for other topics, like how this experience might fit in with a student's career aspirations.
Career, even post-secondary education, is kind of this big unknown step in their life, and to normalize it and help them understand that the confidence and the skills and the communication and the reliability and punctuality they learn here is transferable and that they can do it.
Chambers credits the robotics program with revolutionizing his career focus. Students who are still looking towards their own futures have had a range of experiences, from knowing what they wanted all along to changing their mind because of the impression this has left on them.
It's actually changed my career path a little bit because this is all about like control systems, and now that's what I want to go into. So more like the hardware control theory side.
And I think my experience in robotics pretty much solidified my decision to go into engineering because it's a very unique experience that you can't really get anywhere else.
Ultimately, I do want to go into aerospace, but the skills that I'm learning here with stress testing, parametric modeling, and just general CAD is pretty strong.
Back to the event and into the pits where teams get to mend any problems with their robots. There's not a lot of time, however, as the next matchup is only a few minutes away. Each team will compete about a dozen times over 2 days. Teams from across Ontario travel province-wide each year to competitions just like this one, in hopes of qualifying for provincials and even the World Championships. This one is being hosted at McMaster University, where perhaps some of them will be students one day, following the passion they've discovered for robotics. Jason Trout for Halton News at the First Robotics competition.